on I want to back up on this discerning spirits type of thing. It's like, what do spirits feed on? Basically, spirits definitely feed on emotions. Emotions are definitely caused from trauma, but they can be caused from anything: food, conversation. You know what I'm saying? Your companies, all that, and it. But what I realize is like this: thinking about this term called psychic vampirism. In a way, psychic vampirism is kind of like, whoa, look at that. It's like, in a way, it's like stifling someone else, man. Psychologically, and it does have a psychic effect to where, like if one person's talking like this and they just feel bad. If you talk to a person that's talking like this, you'll inherit that kind of speech. You'll start to tone it down too, and that's how spirits can be transferred from person to person via communication. But communication is just a harmonic frequency. It's just a expression of energy in a way. So even though the words themselves don't convey, so slow down, stop talking, you be quiet, but the tone does, and then the vibrational frequency. In a way, that's a real way you can look at a vibrational frequency. When you talk like this or you talk like that, that's turning up the knob and then turning down the knob with tone, in a way. And that's how these, like when someone's like this, they're that spirit inside of them, or their spirit, whether it's an actual spirit or they're just giving energy to a spirit, and they're by it's kind of like, you're a vessel. So if you pour angry spirits inside of your vessel and retain them, well, you're gonna spout out angry, and that angry fluid. But it's like right before you see someone go into a fit like that too, you'll feel a drain. And why do you feel the psychic vampirism? Where did the energy go? Well, it's waiting for another release. It's kind of like at the casino, right? This thing's hitting and it's hot right now, and it's you know what I'm saying? It's ready to go all in, and it's in an attempt, because it sees that you're drained and it's time to jump in and go for the kill. So it gambles on this big. It goes in, like, it buys that $50 scratch off, and it's hoping it's gonna hit bigger. And in other words, it's trying to get a reaction and drawing more emotion, like misplaced emotion. I mean, emotion is a good thing if they're true emotions that are coming from pure, true places. But if their emotions are so deceptive, man, it's like you could feel strongly that you were wronged. In a way, you could be right but still wrong when you judge things from an emotional standpoint. If you put your biases, you got to put aside the biases and the prejudices sometimes to see things for what they are, and just get to the bottom of it. And then you can agree to disagree, or come to some kind of a reasonable understanding between people. But when those frickin' spirits are involved, it's just a little. It's like guerrilla warfare. It's hit and run. They hit hard. They suck up. It's like a big frenzy of energy and just negativity. And it's like, in a way, they bask in it while it's present. It's like the evil spirit is present. Like they talk about the Holy Spirit. Well, that spirit of Antichrist it's like charged up at the moment, while everyone's just in a way they're bewildered, because it's a blitzkrieg of psychological, emotional, and like saboteur type. It's just what causes all this chaos and destruction. It literally, I think there is a spirit of chaos as well. It's an actual spirit, or a spirit of confusion, spirit of well, look, I heard of Leviathan spirit recently, that it's a spirit creature as well. and it's kind of like it's like a kingdom, and they are like powers and principalities. Like there's this one I think Beelzebub is also named Osmodeus, and he's like the prince of the devils, and he says, I'm the last of the fallen watchers. You know what I'm saying? And so he's got some freaking pull on some demonic, but so even all these guys sometimes are under these different forces, and it's like you work your way up the chain of command. It's like, you'll start off with the Python. You'll go through Python, you'll get to the Jezebel, then you'll see those Apollons, and and then the Leviathans, and then even Osmodeus has teeth like a viper. It says so. There's your venomous serpent type of imagery. So you got a constrictor, you got the conniver, and then you got like Leviathan spirit. It could also be like nationalism, like fascism, like Nazism would be a kind of Leviathan type of spirit, and it's like that false ethnic identity pride thing that makes you feel that you're fit to rule the world. That is a spirit of Antichrist as well. That's how these things kind of, and it even says in the Testament of Solomon that, like, it says, don't you know my brother Strife follows after me? So like, it's like basically the demons do kind of work like the police when they kick in your door. Like the first guy comes in the team. They run out and they stand there with their guns at the door. Then the dudes come from the back with the fucking hit your door thing. The bam, bam, bam. Then the doors blasted open. And then all of a sudden, all of them go running in a line like a snake, a big long snake. And they all got each other's back. They're all covered. And that's the way the spirits work. It's like they wait till they hit you with an ambush, a guerrilla attack. And they'll be yelling about making a bunch of noise. You know what I'm saying? Bewildering you. And it's happens real quick. And then it's just like basically, after it's over, you'll be looking at all the damage and you'll be like, what the F just freaking happened? Why was that even necessary? And that's kind of how the spirits work. And it's like they want you to play a bigger role in all their operations. They want to trick you into giving forth your emotion. And because this is the thing, the ultimate goal is to get you to let go of your soul. But in the meantime, your torment, your trauma, your energy, your emotions, that they'll take that. If they can't get the soul, well, they'll take your torment. So they do they work through people, especially people that they got like, look, it's like they done breached the door. Like they don't even have to send the cop in with the thing to bash down the door. And they don't have to do all that. They can just send a couple guys in plain clothes up in there and they can run the show. Like basically the Matrix agents guys, the next level, would be like the Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? Then you would have those snake eyes looking type cyborg ninja entities coming at you after that. And then, they'll get more demonic from the levels up from there. It's kind of, in a way, you can imagine this sort of thing. There's a campaign. There is what is it, man? There is some order and some rule, but these things also are pitted up one against each other as well. And since these principalities work in humans as well, they love to pit humans up against other humans, watch them fight, and they get to sit back and be like, yeah. There's even a demon that gets in people, and it's like it gives them the Custer syndrome, where they got a death wish and they keep fighting in war until they're killed. That's actually a demon that's documented. See the spirits, man. It's a lot deeper than what you would like to think. There's spirits that cause things like epilepsy, and lunacy. So these days they want to convince you that it don't exist. They just want to say, oh, it's just chemicals in the brain that are off, or they were raised bad. But may be true in some cases, and that's what allowed the demons to get in, is because once again it's like the door's already blown open. They don't have to do all that. It's just like the dudes, the men in black can just step on in, and it's kind of like the vampire uh, that has an invitation. In a way, uh, in a way, you're the invitation for you has always been there. Like whether it came in through some generational or someone trying to make you a spirit servant, because I've heard of that now a few times, kind of like in a way having a spirit zombie person that it's like demon give me power, but you suck the life out of them in a way. It's kind of like that. I've heard examples of that. It's kind of like shanghaiing someone's soul, and it's like a trade. I'll give you their soul for power because I don't want to give up mine. But in a way, by giving up, by selling your brothers into bondage and slavery, you have already forked over your soul and theirs in a way. But that person, if they can recognize it and reclaim their sovereignty, you know what I'm saying, and figure out that these things are legalistic, but there's loopholes on both sides, man. Definitely, it's like if you preach the gospel, it's supposed to give you, in a way, it grants you extra. It's like you don't get just the constitutional law; you understand the law of the sea and the Constitution now, and you understand you can stand on where the authority begins and ends. You know what I'm saying? A lot better than other people who are unaware or just are unwilling to learn anything beyond what they think they know. Same thing with these spirits here. I mean, I've been aware of spirits. I can hear spirits. I can hear people channeling spirits through music. You could see spirits talking through media all the time. I mean, whether it's in symbolism and code, double speech. If you got to use double speech, advertisement, propaganda, that is the spirit of deceit that you're using right there, because you're acting as if you're doing one thing for one reason, but in all actuality you are, but you're doing it for another reason as well on the low. And that's just a spirit of deceit, because you should be open about it and you shouldn't have to do it so covertly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me think, yeah, it's definitely like spirits. Another thing about them, they roll in groups. So people who group up, the group mindset is a spirit in itself. So, but at the same time, the loner is also what the wolves do. They separate something from the rest of them, then they devour it. So there's a twofold thing here. But you need fellowship. But then again, you don't want to go join up with the Leviathan megachurch, because there you're just going to get vamped. Like I was just saying about how the spirits suck in all the energy. Everyone's like this. Then they blast someone with emotions, like shaking up a Fago 2-liter and then cracking it. It's just like, shh. But it stifles everyone else's energy, and everyone goes away kind of feeling drained, and they're carrying gunk, like toxic goo on them, while this other person just feels great because they just like the Exorcist in a way, spiritually vomited black nastiness all over everyone. We're all like standing there like this, like when you get splashed with a car drives by and hits a puddle and you're standing there. You feel like that, and this other person that just got puppeteered by a spirit feels great. You know what I'm saying at the moment, and it's just it makes you go like this. It's like, damn, man. And what it is, it's not so much that you're angry at the person or even the situation, but it's shitty to watch demons puppeteer people sometimes, and you can see them pump them up, their emotions, and then they lose their composure and they say shit like really sloppily, and it just looks bad, and it sucks that you're aware now of how these things work, and all you can do is not feed into it, but you still got to take a lot of like, it's like trying to snatch a bone from a Wolverine, man. You're gonna get freaking mauled. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's like that sometimes. You're trying to snatch that energy out the demon's mouth, and you you get bit up, man, and that's how the spirits work, man.